Let's try to run this particular code now and see the output once. So here embeddings are stored. Llama makes running LLMs locally easy. There might be a question for you. So we have provided what is the best way to run LLMs locally as a query, and we have got the output. But what if we provide another query? Let us try to provide the another query as well and see. So here we have provided some answers already in the sentences, and this time we should not get this particular answer. Let's try to see based on the query whether the answer changes or not. Yes, Python is the great for machine learning. In my previous video, we converted plain English sentences into embeddings using a local model with Llama. But today we are taking the most important next step, that is storing these embeddings, because simply creating embeddings are useless. The real power starts when you store them inside a vector database and search them intelligently. In this video, I'll show you step by step, no cloud, no confusion, how to store embeddings in your vector databases and retrieve the most relevant result. This is the foundation of RAG systems, AI search, and how tools like ChatGPT actually work behind the scenes. So while let's get started. So firstly, I'd like to quickly show you the output of this particular program which we have written in the previous tutorial. Here's the link for the tutorial I'll be providing in the description section below. So here you can see these numbers, which are nothing but the embeddings for these particular sentences. And now we are trying to store these particular embeddings to the local vector database and then try providing a query, and based on the query, right, we will try to retrieve the information. So now the first step is, let's try installing the local vector database first. So I'll be installing the ChromaDB here. Whenever you are starting with this particular task of storing the data like embeddings into the vector databases, right, I suggest you to get started with this particular ChromaDB because it is very easy to get started with. So now that we have installed the Chroma, let's try to make use of it. The first thing is we need to create a client here, and here we will be making use of ChromaDB and try creating the client. Next, we will be storing the information like data in terms of documents inside our vector databases. So let me try to create a collection, and with the help of client I'll be trying to create a collection here, and the name of this collection, again you can just provide anything, like I'll be providing embeddings or my embedding. Here we are trying to create a collection, and this particular create collection is a part of ChromaDB here, and we are trying to provide this particular name, and these are our sentences, and you can additionally add few more sentences. I suggest you to add multiple sentences. Just for the tutorial purpose I am adding 3 here. And now that we don't require this particular embeddings array anymore, so now that we'll try to alter our existing for loop in terms of fetching the index values here and also the sentences, and let's try to enumerate it, and let me try to wrap these sentences inside the enumeration. So what enumerate does here is, like, it does two things, like it provides the index and also the sentence, the actual text what we require. So for example, this is the index 0, index 1 and index 2 here. And now we are trying to provide this particular embeddings, we are trying to provide this particular data to the Llama and try generating the embeddings here. And now let me pass the full sentence here instead of yes, and also added the additional indexes which we require going further. And now instead of storing them like in the local array embeddings, let me try to add them to the collection just we created. So collection dot add, and let me try to provide IDs here. So collection dot add requires IDs. So now we'll be providing IDs here, and the next thing is we need to provide the documents as well. And for this particular documents I'll be providing sentence here. And now we get the embeddings from the Llama model. Let me try to provide the embeddings as well to the vector database here, so that it will be getting stored. So here from this particular response we will be getting the embeddings. So let me try to store them as well. So now that it is very clear, we are providing these particular sentences and try generating the embeddings, and the next step we are trying to store the embeddings with the IDs and the original sentence and also their embeddings as well. So this will go on in the for loop. So for every iteration the same process will be done, and once the things are done right, let me try to come out of the for loop and try printing a message like embeddings are stored, just to make sure this particular process is completed. Let me try to run this code till now, or else let's try to add the query as well. So the next step is we need to add a query, and here what query I'm going to add is like, what is the best way to run LLMs locally? And again you can just, why I am providing this particular query here is because in the sentences you can see the answer. So now I am trying to test this particular process, like if I ask this question whether we will be able to retrieve the answer from the vector database accordingly. My query is now ready, and the next step is, even this query cannot be directly asked, we need to provide the embeddings for the query. So here query dot embedding, let me try to convert this query to embedding as well using Llama again, and here we'll be trying to pass the same model here. So in the previous tutorial I've clearly explained you what this model is and why we are using it. If you are having any queries, just try to refer this particular tutorial. And here the next thing is we need to provide the prompt, and earlier we have provided the prompt to be the sentences, but now our prompt is our query itself. So now our query is also converted to the embeddings, and our existing data in the database is also in terms of embeddings, and it will be easier for us to search the similarity. And finally let's try to store the results. Just make sure when you are writing this right, come out of the for loop. Results is equal to collection dot query. So now we are trying to query the existing collection here, and let us try to provide the query embedding, which is nothing but the prompt that we have generated earlier. So here is our query embedding, and the next thing is how many results you require. So for me I just require one results now. So relevant results it is trying to ask, so I require one result, and let me try to print the output once. And before trying to run this particular, I have identified few issues here. So here we don't require a square brackets, and also this parameter is embeddings here, and also we need to pass the embedding here. And don't worry, I'll be providing the complete code link in the description section below. Let's try to run this particular code now and see the output once. So here embeddings are stored. Llama makes running LLMs locally easy. So yes, we have provided one result, so we got one result here. Let me try to provide three results, and this will try to print all the things available in the database. So just we have got three things only, right? So we got three printed now, but it's basically we need only one result. So again there might be a question for you. So we have provided what is the best way to run LLMs locally as a query, and we have got the output. But what if we provide another query? Let us try to provide the another query as well and see which language is great for machine learning. So here we have provided some answers already in the sentences, and this time we should not get this particular answer. Let's try to see based on the query whether the answer changes or not. Yes, Python is the great for machine learning. And let me try to make this to Java once. And let's try to run this. See, now the answer is replaced with Java. I hope you understand why I made this particular change. So based on the sentences we have stored earlier in form of embeddings, when we ask a question, right, we'll get the answer from the stored data. So I hope this particular tutorial is very much clear for you, and this is the third part of the tutorial, and here are the earlier two parts. I suggest you to go through them before getting started with this particular video. And if you like this video, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content.